That's what I do. I drink and I know things.
Welcome in, everybody, to Real and a Beer. It's that time again. We're going to recap Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 2. And to do that, we have Josh here, Peebs, and
Mr. J.
Mr. J. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. So, without talking your head off, let's go ahead and see what we saw in this episode.
I think we started out something that we've heard all week that we've touched on, and we really didn't know how it was going to go. It could have went one of two ways. Was Jaime's trial. That was something that I thought was going to be long and played out. I actually thought there was a pretty good chance that we would see him in handcuffs. We would see him locked away in a cell. But they actually made pretty quick business of it. It was one of those things where Dany, I think she wanted to kill him, but she was outnumbered. He's just done way too much good. Brienne of Tarth vouched for him, and that was huge. Sansa at first was against him, but once Brienne vouched for him, so they kind of knocked that out within the first 5 minutes, and it really didn't. It didn't go like I had seen it going, but it went the way that I liked that it went. So I like that. Another thing, Jay, I want you to comment on is her trust for Tyrion has diminished over the last couple of episodes. Do you think that she's starting to regain her trust, or do you think she's still not trusting Tyrion?
Well, Tyrion is kind of, to me, he's wishy-washy when it comes to his family. But I think she's probably going to start back trusting him. I think she is starting to start back trusting him a little bit. But like I said, he's going to do anything it takes to protect Jaime, because like he said in the episode, that was his only friend, growing up. He didn't have nobody else but the whores and stuff, and like wine and stuff. So, yeah, when it comes to Jaime, he's going to stand up, do whatever it takes for him, because like I said, that's his only friend. So
early on in the series, there was a remark made about Tyrion that he is always a Lannister, will always be a Lannister. Now, here's the thing. I don't know how y'all feel, but I think that Tyrion is going to betray Denarius.
I can see that.
Yeah.
And
I can see that.
Here's the reason I would be very interested to hear what conversation they had, because we never got to see that conversation. So,
yeah. Was
there a deal struck? I don't know. And I know, how George R.R. Martin is, how Dan and Dave are. They don't want one character to be too good. They don't want one character to be too bad. They like to give you a good mix of good and bad from characters. Everybody loves Tyrion, and if he were to betray Dany, I think that would break a lot of fans' hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what Game of Thrones loves to do, is break hearts. So,
yeah, exactly.
So Brienne, she played a huge part in this role. Peeps, talk about Brienne, and she's actually controlling the left flank. So, from what I understand, there's going to be 4 positions. There's going to be the center, the left flank, right flank, and then for some reason they've got the Greyjoys, Theon and the Greyjoys with Bran. If I was Bran, I kind of would have requested another detail. Theon, he's had his ups and downs. He kind of redeemed himself in this episode, but what do you think about that?
About what, the Theon or the Brienne, or both?
Kind of both,
Brienne's part was huge. She finally got, nodded at the end of everything. We still didn't, get to see anything between her and the best character in the show, but
that being Tormund, right?
Yeah, that being Tormund. That was the scene that I was hoping for when we were getting all the good mushy scenes.
Who would have ever thought of all the characters that Brienne of Tarth would be involved in a love triangle.
Yeah.
With Jaime Lannister and Tormund.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
But then the Greyjoys, I mean, you almost can't ask without breaking up one of the details a better like group to defend you. So
yeah, I mean, you want to keep groups together that like the Unsullied and the Dothraki. So
they don't want to break any of those up. So why not put Theon and his guys there? I mean, he said that he said it himself. He's like, "Hey, I took this place from you. Now let me defend you in it." And I mean, that to me shows that he's ready to lay down his life for Bran.
Yeah.
Do you think that they will ultimately fall back to the Iron Islands?
No. I think if they're falling back, it'll be falling back to
King's Landing?
King's Landing.
Yeah.
So you think Yar's pretty much done?
I don't know. I think she may play a part with getting back down Island and selling the fleet back down to, help out at King's Landing, because, I mean, they have a huge fleet down there.
Because if they do fall back to King's Landing, a good fleet is going to be really a big deal.
Yeah. It's going to be important. I mean, even if, they do somehow win in the battle at Winterfell, they're going to need that fleet to be able to take on Euron's fleet.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to win Winterfell.
No, I don't either.
I think Winterfell will be overthrown, and I don't know what direction it goes from there.
I think I'm in the probably minority here, but I think they will.
You think they will?
Winterfell, yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's going
to be one of those skin of the teeth, like Deus Ex Machina moments where they pull something out of some thin air and barely hold on, but I think they will.
Okay. We had I've already seen some complaints on Facebook about how this was a filler episode. It's very slow, but in my opinion, we're getting some of the payoffs. Everyone, for some reason, is resigned to death. Now, I do wish that they were more excited, more pumped up, more confident, but everyone has kind of resigned as, hey, this is my last hours. So we're getting some interesting interactions. To me, the fireplace group,
yeah.
If I was there, I mean, other than, I understand where Arya and Gendry went with the whole,
yeah,
this is our last night alive possibly. But if I was going to hang out with a group, I think it would have been fireplace group.
Yeah, definitely.
Now the Hound and the other dude, that would have been me up there on the wall, just chilling.
But now here's something that I said we're getting some payoffs. We've talked about, there've been theories about Arya and Gendry, Jorah. I enjoyed the Jorah Lyanna.
Oh yeah, great
interaction, and then Sam presenting Heartsbane. John offered Longclaw back to Jorah.
Yeah.
And he told him to keep it. So now you have Sam offering him Heartsbane, which there's only 7 Valyrian blades left.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
And 8. They took the one that
and melted it into 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, are you counting Arya's dagger?
Yeah. Maybe then we aren't at a count now. Maybe it's 9. So.
But it's still a big, huge deal, But one of the things that we got a hint of tonight that has kind of been on my mind ever since season 1, episode 1 was, what are the Night King's motives? We got a hint tonight. What y'all think about that? Do you think that's truly his motive, is just to erase the memory?
Probably is. I mean, to me, the Night King don't have he don't look like the person to have life around him. He just wants everybody to be erased and
just a long night.
Yeah, just a long night. That's how he looks to me.
What I think Brandon explained it best is that it's not just the fact that he wants to kill people. It's that if he kills him, it's the memory of the planet that dies pretty much. So it's the memory of everybody that dies, and if you don't remember somebody, then basically it's like they never lived to begin with. So that's pretty much the worst way to die. I mean,
And not be remembered.
yeah.
Yeah. We seen them preparing for the battle, the war room meeting. That was a huge deal. A lot of great minds gathered in one place. So Jorah offered her two pieces of advice. One we heard, and the last one we didn't. I think, to me, I think Jorah told Dany to make sure that Tyrion was in the crypts. Is that what y'all think as well?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking at during the show. Yeah.
I'm once again not in that opinion. I think since they had the discussion on the wall in the first episode, it's that hey, if you want to gain the North's trust, you need to marry Jon Snow, and I think that may be it, and may have played a little bit into her reaction at the end when she found out. Wait, I'm his aunt. Oh wait, well that's okay in Game of Thrones. So, but he's the living male heir of a Targaryen. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was kind of the Targaryen way, is incest.
Yeah.
So now here's the rub: is she was not happy.
She wasn't happy at all.
No, she was mad.
She wasn't happy at all.
I mean, if they were to get married and she would still be the queen,
Yeah.
but that was not her plan to be, kind of the first lady. She wanted to be in charge.
She would be in charge, exactly.
she doesn't want to play the second fiddle. She wanted the Iron Throne. That's been her goal since the beginning.
But she quickly put two and two together and said, hey, here's the thing. And she has fought and came all this way, all the way from Essos to where she's at now. But through her conviction that she is the rightful heir. Well, now she finds out right before this big, huge battle, she's not the rightful heir.
Yeah.
So, I can respect the fact that Jon Snow tells the truth. I mean, when they were at the negotiations in the arena, and he told the truth, they kind of got onto him for telling the truth.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like that was something that Denarius needed to hear right before the battle started. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I don't think she needed to hear it either. Because,
Just a distraction.
yeah, just a
really.
distraction. Yeah.
It may have been one of those things. Once again, like you said, everyone's kind of resigned that they probably aren't going to make it out of this, and I'm guessing a good chunk of them probably aren't going to make it out of it. So it could have been one of those that's now or never. Let me tell you that your brother really wasn't that bad of a guy, and
Well, yeah, I see that because she's went her whole life thinking, hey, Rhaegar was a bad guy, but he really wasn't. So, let's see here. Any last thoughts, any theories going into next episode? What do y'all think? I mean, it's the Battle of Winterfell.
A lot of bloodshed, a lot of people. Probably gonna see a pretty good amount of people die next week.
Yep.
So prepare yourself for that, because you might see some characters you've been with since season 1, season 2 go down next week. So that's my opinion. And Winterfell will probably go down next week. That's another one of my opinions.
I don't think Winterfell will go down. I think we'll see a bunch of fan favorites die. We'll see a bunch of pretty much everybody die.
Yeah.
I mean, either if you like them or not, I think we're going to see a lot of deaths. My thoughts are, why didn't you combine the first 2 episodes into one?
I agree with you on that.
That's my honest thought. Like, we could have made that into one long episode with some of the extended run times that we're getting towards the end of the last few episodes. We should have combined the first 2 into one. And moving forward, I think we're going to just be pedal to the metal, and it's going to be a roller coaster, and I think everyone needs to be prepared for that.
I'd say I don't know what's going to happen next week. I think we're going to have a lot of tier 2 characters die. I think there's even going to be a few tier 1 characters die. But I think our main players will still be around, most of them. And I think they'll fall back to King's Landing. So, I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, first 2 episodes a little bit slow. We all know the pace is about to pick up. We're about to go from 0 to 120 real fast. So, alright guys, we're going to sign off here. Please hit the like. Please tell us your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for the notifications. This is A Reel and a Beer, Game of Thrones, Season 8, Episode 2. We're out.